I wonder how many of us are familiar with a saint whose memory we remember and we honor today. Saint Philip Neri, priest. Today, my dear brothers and sisters, is the feast day of Philip Neri, the patron saint of humor. Yes, there is a saint who is declared as the patron saint of humor. He was an extraordinarily pious person. He was an Italian priest. He was the founder of a congregation known as the Oratorians. Among the more famous members of the Oratorians was John Cardinal Henry Newman, or Saint John Henry Newman. Philip Neri was known for his sense of humor. He was willing to make fun of himself. He was familiar with wearing his clothes inside out or shaving half his head to make other people laugh. That is the kind of humor of Saint Philip Neri. Some 400 years ago, this saint with a joyful heart was born. It was 1595. A spiritual writer has described Philip Neri as the clown of God, who converted the elite of Rome. He was somewhat of a clown by nature, and Philip would stroll through Rome wearing his clothes inside out, alone with floppy white shoes to amuse those who stared at him and to dispel the idea that saints should always appear solemn. According to Saint Philip Neri, not all saints always appear devout. Some of them are also a little bit naughty and playful like Philip Neri. The cheerful and insightful mystic, Philip Neri was born in Florence, in Italy, of a middle-class family. He was destined to be known as the second apostle of Rome. He would become the spiritual architect of the reform of Rome. He brought his formidable presence and influence to bear on the power elite of Rome for the next 51 years or 59 years of his life. He was a lay minister initially. He was a lay minister for 13 years, and then Philip Neri accepted a call to the priesthood. After his ordination, he continued his commitment to prayer and to the traditional works of charity for the poor and the deprived. And Philip Neri also became a dedicated confessor. And gradually, Philip Neri was prevailed upon to establish a religious institute out of his followers and disciples. They live a religious life at the church of the Florentines. Though they did not take any religious vows, the Oratorians had a long-fitting and loose-fitting organization that proved to be successful in the years to come. My dear brothers and sisters, over the years of the priestly ministry of Saint Philip Neri, he became the confidant and the spiritual director to a dizzying number of ecclesiastical VIPs. He had several famous proteges or famous students in the spiritual life, like Ignatius of Loyola, Francis de Sales, Camillus de Lelis, Charles Borromeo, not to mention an assorted list of popes and cardinals, bishops, and superior generals of religious orders. They all became familiar with Philip Neri, and Philip Neri became the confidant and spiritual director of these great men of the church. Philip Neri had an appealing personality, an engaging personality. He had expert skills as a spiritual advisor, and he died at the age of 80, canonized in 1622, together with Ignatius of Loyola and Teresa of Avila. My dear brothers and sisters, as we remember today the memory of this great man, this great mystic, the patron saint of humor, let us remind ourselves not to lose our sense of humor, because as the Bible also says, laughter is the best medicine. Amen. Let us all stand.